It is Friday afternoon. Rent, the car, and the card are all due before the next payday lands. You do the sum on your phone, and it nearly works. Nearly. Here is where we end up. One page. This period is covered by $248.16. The one you have not reached yet is not, and the file already knows. 10 minutes to set up. The file is the Paycheck Shortfall Command Center, and it is linked below if you want to open it and build along with me. You do not have to. Everything I touch, I will show you on screen. Setup is 3 cells. How often you are paid, your first payday, and what actually lands in the account. Here, $1,742.16 every 2 weeks. Then this tab, 1 row per bill. What it is, how much, when it is next due, how often it repeats, and 1 column nobody else asks for. Type it once. Every other tab in this file reads this one table. That column is doing more work than it looks. A bill you can shift by a few days is a lever. A bill you cannot is a fixed point. Mark them honestly, because one movable bill in this sample is going to matter a great deal in about 3 minutes. The moment that table exists, the rest of the file builds itself. This is 90 days of your own dates. Amber is something leaving, teal is a payday. And the shape is immediate. A fortnight where very little happens, then a week where the rent and 3 other things all land together. That is the first win, and it took about 10 minutes. This is the tab that makes the product what it is. 1 row per pay period, running forward. Money in on the left. Everything dated inside that period going out. What is left at the end, on the right. Every other paycheck template in this category shows you the period you are standing in. This one shows you the ones you have not reached. Read down the closing position column, and you can see which fortnights pay for themselves and which ones do not. Here it is. Period 4, the 20th of February to the 5th of March, closes at minus $176.84. Today's date in this file is the 30th of January, so that period is flagged 21 days before its first day. 21 days is literally 3 weeks. And notice what has not happened. Nothing. No payment has failed and nothing has bounced. The period is still in the future, which is the only state in which anything can be done about it. Across the whole pay year, there are 3 of them. The 1st of May is short by $235.84, and the 30th of October by $245.84. All 3 were found weeks in advance. Now read the note on the right, because this is the thing people get muddled. The radar gives every period the same $700 opening cushion, deliberately, so that the periods can be compared with each other. The runway does something different. It starts at the balance you actually typed in and carries it forward, day by day, which is why a period can flag short while the account itself survives. Its lowest projected point is $88.72 on the 5th of March. 2 questions, 2 tabs. Do not blur them. And this is why the runway is worth reading rather than glancing at. It does not just give you a number, it gives you the days around it. The 3rd, the 4th, and the 5th of March, with what is due on each one and where the balance sits after it. A number tells you that something is tight. A dated table tells you which morning and which bill, so you know exactly what you would be moving. The next part is the bit most people get wrong. When a pay period comes up short, the instinct is to try to spend less. But nothing here is overspending. The money exists. It just arrives after the thing it was meant to pay. So the lever is not the amount. It is the date. 2 cells. Which obligation, and how many days? After school care, moved 7 days later. That is 1 cell. And the whole file recalculates while you watch. The period that could not pay for itself now closes at plus $98.16. Covered. The count of flag periods in the year falls from 3 to 2. Nothing got cheaper. That bill is exactly the same size. It simply now falls in a fortnight that has room for it. That is the difference between a budget and a timing tool. And you can see the knock-on. Moving a bill out of one period puts it into the next, so every period is shown both ways. You can check that you have not simply pushed the problem one step down the road. 2 honest cautions. Nothing on this tab writes back to your bill list. It is a sandbox. And a real move means a phone call or a change of date with whoever you pay. The file surfaces the timing. You are the one who acts on it. Most budget templates die in March because starting again in January is a chore. This one does not need starting again. Closing a year is 4 steps. Read the live row, copy it, and paste it as values into the row underneath. Change 2 cells on setup, and leave your bills exactly where they are. And then last year is still in the file, sitting beside this one. Take home, obligations, what was left, how many periods were flagged. 3 years in. This table is the only place the shape of your money exists. You are not going to reconstruct that from receipts. That is why it is a file you buy once and open every payday. 3 questions I always get. Does it work in Google Sheets? Yes. Same workbook, same formulas, and it opens on an iPad. Do I need to be good at spreadsheets? No. You type in the cream cells with the brown text. Everything else is computed. Does it connect to my bank? It does not. No login, nothing to sign into. And if you already have a budget sheet, keep it. Paste your bill list into one column. So here is the ask, and I am putting it here rather than at the very end, because most people never see the very end. The Paycheck Shortfall Command Center is $24.97 once. 20 connected tabs, Excel and Google Sheets. Instant download, free lifetime updates. Grab it, first link in the description. That is the file. If it was useful, subscribe. The next one is the Sinking Funds tab, which is how Christmas stops being a surprise. And whatever you use, do the one thing this video is really about. Look at the period you have not reached yet. Thanks for watching.